It's not even. Hello, everyone. As usual, I was having technical difficulties. Thank you guys for joining me. If you don't know who I am, I'm Maddie from Top Rope Squishy. Check out the merch that says love, peace, and wrestling. Check out my merch. And the earrings are from my niece's line from Sunflowers and Cherries. So if you're interested, they're super cute. Let me know, and I'll get you connected. So yeah, if you don't already, please subscribe, like, drop me a comment. I always try to respond. And if you don't already, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Top Rope Squishy. So we are here to discuss AEW Dynamite that took place yesterday. And man, did it start explosive. It started with Brian Cage going up against Hangman Adam Page. Now, I don't know if you were like me, but I expected Hangman Adam Page to win, and he didn't. Brian Cage not only won, he killed him. Rip Hangman Adam Page. But you know what? I'm not upset, because it is about time that Brian Cage had some real definitive moves going on in AEW. He came in so freaking strong. He won that chip. He won, the chance at a belt. And then he just kind of like died off. And Brian Cage is such an amazing wrestler. I mean, he's so big, but he does things that someone only half his size should be able to do. So I think that him getting this win on Hangman Adam Page is definitely, if they keep it going to help him establish his real ruthlessness, and maybe they can get him a belt. No Neck Bone Tone says, I can't wait to see him with the belt. Exactly. We can't wait to see him with a belt. We want to see him with a belt. Hi, Ryan. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. So yeah, Hangman Adam Page could do absolutely nothing with Brian Cage. I just want to see this continue, though. I don't want him to get a win over a big name like Hangman Adam Page and then it just dies. So hopefully AEW will work with Team Taz. And I do believe that once Brian Cage legitimizes, his name at AEW, he might be leaving Team Taz. So I would love to see him go with a solo career. The Elite dropped a promo. They stated that they were not afraid of Eddie and Mox. Eddie and Mox attacked their trailer last week. So there's some stuff going on there. But they're still scared. But the whole concept is that Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley want a match against Omega and Nakazawa. And that is happening next week at Blood and Guts. Yes. Ryan Romano says, Hangman Adam Page being the one to take the gold from Omega and become the leader of the Dark Order would be sweet. That would be sweet. I would be 100% for that. I've actually been dying for Hangman Adam Page to become an official member of the Dark Order. So let's see if that happens, Ryan. Hopefully it will. The next match was Young Bucks versus Matt and Mike Sydal. You knew, I knew, the Young Bucks were going to keep it. They were going to win no matter what. Matt Sydal got a couple of great moves in against the Young Bucks. But as you know, the Young Bucks are heels. And you know what was my favorite move of that match? When Matt Jackson did the Johnny Cage and he punched Mike Sydal in the yam bags. That was my favorite part of the match. But of course, the Young Bucks won. I don't know if you guys noticed Brandon Cutler, coming out. He is now the Young Bucks young boy. I think Brandon Cutler's injured. And so this is like how they're keeping him in the light, I guess. It's hilarious, but it just plays towards, the Young Bucks being heels. And I don't know about y'all. Yes, that's exactly what I was about to say. No Neck Bone Tone says heel Young Bucks are much better. I love the Young Bucks as heels. I'm feeling it 100%. I hope they stay heels for a very, very long time. Exactly, Ryan. Exactly. We're here. Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels are heading for a SCU breakup. It's coming, people, because they came out and told the Young Bucks that they hate what the Young Bucks are doing and they want to get rid of them and take their place. And they're going to challenge them for the tag belts. So there's I think a 4-way tag team thing going on next week's Dynamite. It's like a tag team eliminator, and SCU is there. I'm thinking SCU is going to win, and I think that maybe the match for the tag belts is going to happen at Double or Nothing, and it's going to be against SCU, and it's going to be epic because this is going to be SCU's final match together. That's my prediction. I think Christopher Daniels is ready to retire from actual wrestling, but I don't believe that he's leaving the wrestling world. I just think that he doesn't want to physically wrestle anymore. So let's see what happens, but that's my prediction. I see SCU. I saw them going into a breakup a while ago, so this is just cementing what I thought. Jade dropped another awesome promo. She says there's a lot of people trying to manage her, but they just want her money, and she's not just going to give it up, and you know that she's a bad bitch. I just hope that they keep building her up. I see her dominating the women's roster in the next few years. She's still too green, but if they continue to build her up as they are building her up, she's going to be brutal. She's like the Brian Cage of the female division when it comes to strength and size. Oh yeah, Penta went up against Orange Cassidy. I thought Penta was gonna win, but he didn't. Orange Cassidy won, but he won by using a microphone when the ref wasn't looking and hitting Penta with the orange punch. He cheated, damn it. He cheated. This match was great, though. This match was great. There was so much going on back and forth. Penta definitely had the advantage. That's why I was certain that he was going to win. But Alex Abrahantes, who has been coming out with Penta lately as his translator, got involved. That's how the microphone ended up inside the ring. But yeah, Orange Cassidy got it. So that was a win for best friends. But my husband said it could go either way, and he was right. I thought it was going to be Penta. He thought either one of them could win, and sure enough, it happened. Sure enough. There's some commentary going on about Jade. No Neck Bone Tone says he likes Jade. He wants to see her run through the women's division. Ryan says Jade Cargill needs to be like Goldberg. And they're agreeing. Yes. I agree to all those comments. It's going to be great. The evolution of Jade. And we get to see it because AEW literally built her character. So she didn't never wrestle before AEW. So it's amazing. Britt Baker, she called out Sheeta. She is the #1 contender. It's going to happen, y'all. It's going to happen. Britt Baker is taking that belt from Sheeta at Double or Nothing. And I'm all for it. I love Sheeta. Don't get me wrong. But it is Baker's time. Jesus. Yes, the evolution of Jade. The Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle parlay. Okay. Yes, that was amazing. I've seen it 3 times, that parlay in the ring, because it was so heated. That's the word. It was heated. They really looked like they wanted to kill each other, especially Santana. As soon as Dax made a comment on Santana's daughter, it was over. The shades came off. He was ready to kick Dax's ass right there. But I love it. And nobody, please, I don't care how you feel about Chris Jericho. This man drips gold on a microphone. I mean, do you see the way the words just kind of spill out of his mouth? I've never seen someone drop promos like that. It's amazing. But that parlay got me so hyped for Blood and Guts. Oh my God. Sammy Guevara owned Sean Spears. Yes, Ryan. Yes, he did. He told him, you haven't done nothing. You haven't been nowhere in AEW. It's true. And Sammy's starting the match of blood and guts between the IC and the Pinnacle. So, ooh, I can't wait. Yes, I think Jericho's career is going to go for a very long time. And I see the Inner Circle winning. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Eddie Kingston came out. And, Omega's been trying to avoid this match, like I was saying earlier. But he came out and he was kicking Nakazawa's ass. And he was asking for Omega to give him a match. And Anna Lopez says, hi, Squishy. Hi, Anna. Thanks for joining. But yeah, so Eddie Kingston had a chair. He put Nakazawa's foot in the chair. He was making threats. And Omega was like, go ahead and break his leg. Well, Jon Moxley showed up. He came up behind Omega, whooped his ass, threw him in the ring, and then they were going to break Omega's ankle. And Don Callis agreed that, okay, fine, Eddie Kingston, Jon Moxley, you get to wrestle Omega and Nakazawa next week at Blood and Guts. And so we're getting that match. I can't wait. I don't know. Look, I love Eddie Kingston promos. And Moxley obviously drops amazing promos. And together, though, I never liked them more than I do now that they're together. Eddie Kingston and Jon Moxley couldn't be more different, but together they just flow. I love it. I love the chemistry there. So I really cannot wait to see what happens next week. I think for sure Omega and Nakazawa are going to cheat to win because that's what heels do. But, I'm still excited to see it. Ryan is going with the Pinnacle. No one is better than Eddie on the mic. Eddie Kingston is a pro on the mic. He's definitely really amazing on the mic. Oh, yeah. Taz got told off by Christian Cage. Christian Cage gave Taz a real L yesterday. He basically told him that you're leeching off of everyone in your team and you're trying to leech off of me, but it's not going to happen. So that feud is going to continue going. I'm pretty sure we're going to be seeing Christian Cage wrestling with everyone that's part of Team Taz. I mean, he beat Will Hobbs. Whoa. So imagine. Nope, Neck Bone Tone says the first time Taz had nothing to say. He had nothing to say because Christian Cage basically said, you're just jealous that you can't wrestle like I can. I retired for 7 years, came back, and now I'm winning. I'm beating up your team. Like, that's basically what Christian Cage was saying. And Taz had nothing to say. Yes, Anna. Pinnacle versus the IC is going to be a very crazy match, and it's not called Blood and Guts for nothing. I've seen the Inner Circle get down, and it's going to get brutal. I pray for everybody's safety. The match that I actually was waiting for all night was Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford. Yes, Brian Cage is going to turn on Team Taz. Is he going to join Christian Cage? I don't know. But I predict that Brian Cage will be turning on Team Taz for sure. Chris Statlander versus Penelope Ford was the match that I was most looking forward to. However, not 2 minutes into the match, it went into picture-in-picture and then into a full commercial. And we literally got, I think, maybe 5 minutes out of the 8 minutes that match was. So I was a little disappointed with AEW because I'm like, this is the only female match. They should have gone to full commercial on it. That's just my opinion. But the parts of the match that we got to see were still incredible. Chris Statlander didn't miss a freaking beat. She was injured. She came back, and it's like she has never been gone. Yes, Ryan. Yes, you feel my pain. Y'all know how I feel about AEW. Look at my background, okay? It's all AEW back there. And I love them, but seriously, we got one female match out of 7. It was 8 minutes in totality, I believe. I might be off by 1 minute, but we only got like 4 minutes of it. I love AEW, but I ain't going to cover that up. That was wrong. Wrong. Shame on you, AEW. But yeah, Chris Statlander hit her with a Big Bang Theory, and it was over. I love that all of Chris Statlander's moves are named after the universe. It's just, I love it. She's an alien. Her moves are named after the universe. It just goes so well. She fits perfectly in Best Friends. If any faction was perfectly put together, that one was one of them too. Ah, ha, 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 ha. The factory. The factory with all the disrespect coming out of the Nightmare family's bus. Well, it was Dustin Rhodes, Billy Gunn, and Lee Johnson from the Nightmare family, and they went up against QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, and Nick Camarado from the newly formed Factory. The members of the Nightmare family split off from the Nightmare family and became a heel faction called the Factory, for anybody who doesn't know. And they are feuding. So Camarado's a beast. He pretty much, I feel like, was dominating a lot of that match. That match went in and out, though, a lot. But of course, as heels usually do, they cheated to win. Anthony Ogogo with his super punch. He took out a couple of people. He got Lee Johnson, who was the legal man, I believe. And then he hit Billy Gunn again in his stomach. You saw Billy Gunn. He was wearing I was calling it the old man wraps. I love Billy Gunn. But yeah, Anthony Ogogo got him again, and the ref didn't see it. So, unfortunately, they ended up winning. The Factory, the heel Factory, ended up winning. But once Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado left the ring and QT Marshall was left by himself in the ring, the other Guns showed up. Colt Gunn and Austin Gunn. They flew in the ring. They were whooping on QT. QT kind of crawled out of the ring and he was making his way towards the bus. Nick Camarado and Aaron Solo came back in to fight the Guns that were in the ring. But when it went to the bus, who was waiting for QT inside the bus? Who was it? Cody Rhodes. He came out. He whooped QT's ass all around the bus and on top of the bus, making it sure and known that you're not going to disrespect us. And so next week, we're getting Cody Rhodes versus QT Marshall. That should be good. That should be good. I thought it was going to turn into a whole match. No, Nick Bontone said, I thought it was going to turn into a whole match. It kind of almost was. I mean, it was like a preview. I love that AEW gives us these little previews. I'm surprised, though, that the parlay between the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle didn't turn into something brutal. But I guess they're saving it because there's going to be so much coming. Right? Ryan agrees. Anna Lopez says, we need more women's matches. Yes. And I mean, they are putting women matches on Elevation, on Dark. And it's great because, a lot of the women are still not camera ready. It's just because they haven't had the experience of being in front of a camera. Doesn't mean they can't wrestle. But, when you're in the ring, you have to find the camera. Like, you got to get those shots. And so Dark, Elevation, and Dark are just great venues for that. But for the women who are camera ready and do get onto Dynamite, they should get, no full commercials in that match, especially if it's just 1 8 to 9 minute match. There should be no full commercials. It's okay if you have to go picture in picture, but come on. Oh, I think this was the biggest shock of the night. Miro's crazy. I love it. Yo, Miro went crazy on Kip Sabian. Kip Sabian, screwed it up for Arcade. What happened was, if just a quick little history, Miro and Kip Sabian have been having a feud against Best Friends. Now, they had a couple of matches. Miro said, no more. I don't want to do any more matches. We won. It's over. But Kip Sabian went around Miro's back and accepted the match for Arcade Anarchy, and that is where Miro and Kip Sabian lost. And Kip Sabian's been avoiding Miro after the loss. So finally, yesterday, Kip Sabian found Miro, and Miro went nuts. He just started whooping Kip Sabian's ass. He threw him against the gate. He choked him with some rope, like with a what was it? A chain. He threw him into almost every locker, and then he told him. He said, what was it that he said? You have to pay your dues or something like that. And then he put his hand in between the door jamb and slammed it. Then he started hugging him and told him, I forgive you and I love you. And then he walked away. Miro lost his shit. Ryan Romano says, Miro forgave Kip though. He forgave him, but he's crazy. I think Kip Sabian's going to be running for Miro. And obviously, I believe this is the beginning of the end for Miro and Kip Sabian. Miro needs a solo run. And oh my, I would love to see Miro versus a big guy. You know, Brian Cage go up against Wardlow. That would be amazing. This Miro, this is the Miro that I think everybody was waiting to see. I love that he went nuts. I love what he did. And I love, yes, Anna, Miro is nuts. And I love that Kip Sabian never saw it coming. And that's what you get. The TNT belt match. I made a very bold prediction that Preston Vance was going to get the belts. Now, I did this because, you know, of the Brody Lee thing. I really thought maybe Dark Order should get the belt again, hold it for a while. But I was okay that Darby retained. But there was much respect at the end, too, which was beautiful. But during the match, obviously, Preston Vance was dominating most of the match. Let's be real, you know. And this is usually the way it goes with Darby. Darby usually gets pummeled, and then at the end, he pulls, you know, a Canadian Destroyer and then the coffin drop, and it's over. But it didn't go down that way this time. You see, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky decided to interrupt. And what they did when the ref wasn't looking was they beat on Darby. And so they were trying to like loosen Darby up so that Preston Vance could easily get the win. But Preston Vance did not want to pin him because he saw what happened. And so, you know, I respect Preston Vance for that. However, that cost him the win and the belt, because when he finally decided to put him in the full Nelson, Darby was fighting back, and he was able to get into some weird position where they were both on the floor and Preston Vance's shoulders were down. So that's how he won. That's how Darby Allin retained. It was like a freak era. I don't even think that Preston Vance noticed that he was pinned and that the ref was counting on his shoulders. And when he got up, he was like, oh my God, what happened? Well, you lost the belt. But, you know, much respect at the end. Once the match was over, though, and all the respect stuff happened, Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky came back out to beat on Sting and Darby Allin. However, Murder Hawk came out with Preston Vance to defend them. So I really think that there is a future collab that's going to happen between Murder Hawk and Sting, and maybe Darby Allin too, maybe a trios thing. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm all for it. I'm loving it. But anyhow, that's literally my recap. That's all there is. Thank you guys and ladies so much for joining me. This was fun. I always have a good time talking about wrestling, talking about AEW. If you don't already, please subscribe. Please drop me a comment. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you like these recaps or don't like them. I can take constructive criticism. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, No Neck Bonton. Thank you, Anne. I really appreciate everyone. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you don't, at Top Rope Squishy. And please, please, please don't forget to check out the merch. And if you're interested in the super cute earrings, let me know, from my niece's collection, Sunflower and Cherry. And the logo's made by my husband. So if you need logos, you need photos, if you need merch, just let me know. Hit me up, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. That's my show. Top Rope Squishy is out. Appreciate y'all.